Hello, I'm teacher Ivan from WUNNA Educational Services, a teacher of mathematics and physics at Angel High School, Tamaswa. We have several platforms on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Please search for WUNNA Educational Services, subscribe to our channels, follow our accounts so that you enjoy our video lessons. Otherwise, we are still looking at O-level physics, a topic known as measurements. Measurements is one of the most important foundations of physics. And under measurements, we are first of all concentrating on conversion of units of different quantities. Today, we shall be looking at the units of time. Otherwise, we have so far looked at units of length, area, volume, mass, and density. So please, if you are told this is your first time, go to our playlist, check, learn with us so that we move on the same pace. For those on TikTok and other accounts, scroll down, you find our previous videos. Please watch them so that we move on the same pace. Otherwise, before we look at how we convert units of time, we need to know what are these units that we are going to convert. And by the way, what's time? Time is defined as the interval between events. The interval between the beginning of an exam and the ending of the exam. That's what we mean by time. Sometimes we call it duration of an event. And this time is measured in various units. But the SI unit of time is seconds. Apart from seconds, we have minutes, we have hours, we have days, weeks, fortnight, we have months, years, we have decades, centuries, millenniums, among others. So, meaning that since there are very many units of time, therefore, we need to know how to convert from one unit to another. And that is our discussion today. So, let us first of all list these units. We have seconds, which is the SI unit. We have minutes. We have hours. We have days. We have weeks. We have fortnight. Fortnight, that is a period of 2 weeks. We have month. We have years. We have decades. Decades, that is a period of 10 years. We have centuries. A period of 100 years. We have millenniums, period of 1,000 years. These are all units of time, and we can convert from one unit to another. So that is our major emphasis today. How do we convert from seconds to minutes to hours and so on? We shall, after looking at a list of the units, then let us look at the mathematical relationship between these units. What are the mathematical relationships between seconds and minutes and so on? So, 1 minute is equivalent to 60 seconds. When you are writing second, we use a small s. Don't use sec. Please, we don't have this in physics. That would be wrong. Don't use capital S. We don't have that. We use a small s. So we should be mindful when it comes to writing units in physics. Any slight mistake would mean a different unit. If you're writing kilograms, you write capital K, it becomes Kelvin grams. So we should take note when writing these units. Okay, then 1 hour is equivalent to 60 minutes. Whereas 24 hours are equivalent to 1 day. Or let us say 1 day is equal to 24 hours. Then we shall also have 7 or 1 week is equivalent to 7 days. Then 1 fortnight is equivalent to 2 weeks. But still, 1 month is equivalent to sometimes 30 days. We have month with 28, 29, 31. So the days are between 28 and 31 that make up a month, depending on which year and which month. Otherwise, we also have 1 year equivalent to 12 months. In terms of weeks, 1 year is equivalent to 52 weeks. Then 1 decade, or in terms of days, before we come to decade, let us also express a year in terms of days. 1 year is equivalent to 365 or 366 days, depending on the type of the year. We have the even year and the leap year. We shall look at that into details for another topic. We also have 1 decade equaling to 10 years. We have 1 century equaling to 100 years. We have 1 millennium equaling to 1,000 years. So now we can use these mathematical relationships to convert from 1 unit to another. For instance, we can convert a year into seconds. We can convert a decade into minutes using this mathematical relationship. Now I'm going to do 2 examples, then I will leave you with the 2 to 3 trial numbers for your own evaluation. So after getting this, we may now have a question that requires us to convert. For instance, they want us to convert 1.5 weeks to minutes. 1.5 weeks to minutes. Yes, we know that because there is no direct relationship between weeks and minutes. That means that we shall first of all change the weeks to days, then from days to hours, and from hours to minutes. Otherwise, we don't have that direct relationship between weeks and minutes. So, we can have 1.5 weeks, first of all, changed to days. And that means that 1.5 is the same as 3/2 weeks. That gives us 3/2 times the number of days in a week, which is 7. So that gives us, that is 21/2. These are days. I request that you leave them in fraction form, because when you express these ones in decimals, sometimes we shall have to round off. And rounding off may cause errors in our final answer. So I request that you leave them as fractions. So we have changed the 1.5 weeks to days. Now we are going to convert from days to hours, and then from hours to minutes. So that is, after obtaining our days, we are now going to change 21/2 days to hours, because there is no direct relationship between days and minutes. Days are related to hours and hours to minutes. So if 1 day is equivalent to 24 hours, what about the 21/2 days? That would be 21/2 times 24 hours, giving us, we can now reduce these 2 and the 24, 12. So we shall multiply 12 times 21 to get the number of hours. Now, after getting the number of hours, we shall now have to change these hours to minutes. That is to say, 1 hour is equivalent to 60 minutes. What about the 21 times 12 hours? So you get 21 times 12 times 60. This will be in minutes. So hope you see how far we have come from. Otherwise, that is what we shall always do when converting units of time. You can even get a decade in terms of seconds. Otherwise, I'm going to give you 2 trial questions so that you may evaluate yourself using those 2 trial questions, and you can always comment with your answers. It is very important for your comments to be given, because they give us a picture of what you have for us, and you can always suggest where to improve or which topic you want urgently. But I decided that we come from the first topics, senior 1 topic, senior 2 topic, 3 and 4 and so on. Otherwise, we shall also have lessons of A level so that we don't intermix them. So your trial activities, there are 2 numbers. That is number 1, you are going to convert part A. You are going to convert for me 4.25 month to days. 4.25 month to days. Then you are also going to convert 1 year to minutes. 1 year to minutes. Yes. So those are your 2 trial questions that you have to do, so that to confirm whether you have mastered the concept. Otherwise, I'm teacher Ivan from WUNNA Educational Services, a teacher of mathematics and physics at Angel High School in Namaswa. Otherwise, please subscribe to our YouTube channels, follow us on TikTok, YouTube. We have accounts on X, Instagram, and Facebook. Otherwise, search for WUNNA Educational Services, subscribe to our channels, follow us so that we learn together as we seek to excel together. Bye-bye.